my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about interest rates. More lenders are cutting rates this week. It's all down to the Bank of England meeting, which is tomorrow, plus the Federal Reserve meeting, which is today, round about the same time as you getting this video. Now, major lenders are cutting rates. We've got some people in here have cut rates below 4%. I said when Nationwide did it a week or so ago that others would follow suit, and I still think more will follow suit. Now, this is not necessarily down to the fact that the Bank of England could cut rates tomorrow or maybe in September. Who knows? Well, we'll know by tomorrow for sure. But it's more about the market's quieter at the moment, and the rate that they borrow on, which is called a swap rate, is actually dropped over recent weeks, and so they're able to be more competitive in order to win more business. So before we jump into this, as always, if you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel. Go on, do it right down there. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. And while you're here, smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button as well. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm. So if you're wondering, what am I doing here right now sitting in the car? Well, I'm getting some cool air. I'm currently in Toulette, which is near Avignon in France, south of France. It is hot, hot, hot here. It's been 38 the last 3 days. And so, yeah, I'm just enjoying the aircon while I can. So let's talk about rates anyway, because that's why you're here. We don't have a whiteboard, but I'm able to give you the rates and talk about who is cutting rates. First is NatWest. Now, this is a good one. Those of you that follow the channel longer term, you'll know that every now and again, every few weeks, we do a roundup of what the best rates are in buy-to-let, in HMO, buy-to-let in your personal name or a limited company, and residential mortgages as well. Now, NatWest has recently, for the last few months, tried to be very competitive on rates and tried to be one of the cheapest lenders. So when they're cutting rates, that means normally the best deal in the market is improving. So this is good news. So NatWest have dropped rates. It's going to go live tomorrow, August 1st, 0.15%. So not massive, but this brings their 5-year fixed deal down to 4.03%. I don't know. Honestly, I think it would have been smarter for them just to knock off a little bit more and get sub 4%. I think they'll probably do that soon, because the headlines you get from that is really good. Now, what these lenders are also doing is they're cutting the rates today to get in there before the Federal Reserve meeting, because when the Federal Reserve meeting is announced, what happens with that is that's going to be the main news cycle. So these guys doing it ahead of time get featured in all the news outlets, and it's basically free marketing for them. So they do it ahead of time, or normally a day after the Bank of England stuff, once that's gone out the news cycle. So NatWest is good. Virgin, another big lender, they've had some really good deals that have been very, very competitive as well. They've been in my weekly videos talking about the best rates. Virgin are knocking off a bit more than that. They're knocking off 0.31%. So do check out Virgin. A lot of these rates you won't see till August 1st. So do bear that in mind. I'd like to also go back to the NatWest rate. That will be for residential and buy-to-lets, that 0.15% drop. But with the NatWest buy-to-let rates, you normally have to go through a broker to get them. So many of you comment on my video saying, I can't get NatWest buy-to-let rates. They, for some reason, don't like people approaching them direct. They want the brokers involved. So next is a lender called Accord. They're dropping off 0.2%. These aren't insignificant amounts, and it's definitely good. It's moving in the right direction, because this has been happening for the last 2 or 3 weeks now. So some of these lenders have dropped rates about 5 times in 2 weeks, especially NatWest, Virgin, and some of those bigger ones. Next, a big lender here, Santander, 0.2% as well. Again, that rate is going to go in tomorrow, August 1st. So do look out for that. I haven't seen them being so competitive, but with Santander, maybe you've already got a mortgage with them, and it could be good just to switch, because switching sometimes is just easier because you don't have to pay a broker, don't have to pay solicitors. You can do it online. Often a switch can be done online. I've done one with the Mortgage Works. Took about 4 minutes just to tick a few boxes, and the mortgage switched over to the better rate, which was great. So Santander is another one to look out for here. Next is a buy-to-let lender. I've actually never heard of this lender. Maybe you have. Do comment below and let me know if you've heard of them or if you borrowed from them, what your experience is like with these guys. They're called Molo Finance, M-O-L-O Finance. They're dropping 0.25% off their rate this week as well, 0.25 down. That's really, really positive news there. So that's good. And it's great to see a buy-to-let specialist dropping rates. And the last one, this is a big lender as well, more for commercial and buy-to-let on this one. They're called Paragon. They're a big lender. Lots of you may have used that, particularly if you need specialist lending, things for like HMOs or serviced accommodation properties or development finance. They're dropping their rate to 3.94%. That gives them that headline below 4%. There is a fee of 5%, but you can get it on a 5-year deal. So that means it's only really 1% extra per year. So it's not a bad rate all in all. So look, this is good news. It doesn't mean the Bank of England is going to drop rates tomorrow. It doesn't mean the Federal Reserve is going to drop rates tonight. I think that's unlikely that the Federal Reserve will. There's still a lot of people that believe the Bank of England, especially the economists, are saying the Bank of England might drop rates tomorrow. We'll obviously do a video once we know what happens and if they actually did or not. My gut tells me I think they're probably going to hold. I'm not on the economist side on this. I think they just like that comfort of the Federal Reserve going first, and obviously that helps protect the pound as well, and doesn't mean the pound gets less valuable, which could push up inflation. So it'll be very interesting to see. But I want to know from you guys, where else should we be looking? Is there other lenders in the market that have had some big cuts in the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Or maybe you work for a lender and you know that you've got some great rates coming out in the next few days following the Bank of England's decision, whatever they decide to do. The fact is right now, the market is slow. Lenders are not cutting rates because they want to help you out. It's because their business has slowed down, so they're having to compete with each other in order to get more market share and grow their business that way. That's just the way it is. And if they are slower and they need to be more competitive, great. That's a win for all of us, in my opinion. So let me know what you think. Let me know, do you think Federal Reserve will drop rates today? Or do you think Bank of England will drop rates tomorrow? Do comment below. Do smash the like button, guys, if you didn't do already. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out all the other content on my channel, including this video right here.